So here is a summary of everything Walt Disney Imagineering announced at South by Southwest this past weekend. So at the conference, Disney hosted a panel called Exploring the Future of World Building, in which they released a lot of new details about upcoming attractions to their US-based parks. Starting with Walt Disney World, specifically the new Cars Land coming to Magic Kingdom, in which they discussed the concept of the ride, which is going to be an off-roading rally race, as well as information about the ride vehicles, in which they showed off a new model of what they're trying to build, as well as test footage of them testing out off-roading vehicles in Arizona, as well as some concept art for new characters created specifically for this attraction. Then over in Hollywood Studios, they revealed some new details about the upcoming Monstropolis land replacing Muppet's Courtyard, which we already know some things about, with the biggest being that we're getting Disney's first ever suspended coaster to simulate the doors in the factory, in which Disney actually revealed concept footage of the loading and unloading area, which will feature the first ever vertical lift that Imagineering has ever built, which I honestly think looks awesome from both an engineering and storytelling perspective. Now moving on to California, Disney announced all new details about the ride system coming for the Flight Stark Lab at Avengers Campus, which was also announced with help from Tony Stark himself, Robert Downey Jr., in which the attraction will actually feature two different technical systems: a ride vehicle that will move into place, and then an arm that will connect to the ride vehicle and then simulate the flight motions, which in Tony Stark fashion is pretty innovative. And finally, Jon Favreau took the stage to discuss Star Wars, in which it was announced that Smuggler's Run in both California and Florida will be getting new adventures featuring the Mandalorian and Grogu on May 22nd, 2026 to correspond with the release of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And they showed off these new BDX droids that Walt Disney Imagineering built for use in the park and will actually be used in the Mandalorian and Grogu film as well. I think it's safe to say that Disney had a pretty busy weekend.